Today we're doing something we have not yet done here on the channel, and I'm really surprised that we haven't. We're going to rehab this vintage Dooney Bourke bag. It's all weather leather, I think is their keywords that they use there, but this thing is gorgeous. It just needs a little zhuzhing, right? You can already see I have some of my tools I will be using today out, but first let's go through the bag, see what's wrong and what we're about to make right. Overall, I feel like the condition of the leather is fantastic. You can see it is dirty in spots, and the pebbled leather seems to be, or appears to be, a bit cleaner than this smooth leather counterpart. I know we are going to be buffing some scratches out here, brightening everything up. The brass, it's gorgeous. I think that I can get a lot of these scratches out, and this particular purse is actually going to be for sale on my Whatnot. I have started doing vintage bag shows, and no, they're not all vintage, but several are vintage. Michael Kors, Coach, and Dooney Bourke. Every other Friday over on Whatnot, I will post my Whatnot link down below in the description if you guys want to check it out. And there's also a link in the description if you've never signed up for Whatnot, then you can get $15 free to shop my show or anyone else's. It looks like the all of the findings and the little leather components are in really nice condition. I'm sure I'll be able to snap a couple of these open, clean everything out. The bag definitely needs to be reshaped. Look at this. Getting it wet is going to help tremendously with that. And I think inside, overall, it looked to be in really nice condition. So we don't have a ton of work to do on this, but it's going to look a lot better than this when we get done. So, you know, we have to do a before and after here on the channel. So let's get a good before and let's get to the after. We're going to be able to do the bulk of this cleaning with a few tools here. I have leather CPR. This is a cleaner and conditioner. I love it because it's dermatologist tested. I could put this right on my skin. I will be using my fingers to rub that in. I also use Klean Kickz, which is actually a shoe cleaner brand. It turned purse cleaner brand for me because it's all I use to clean my bags. 100% organic, plant-based shoe cleaner. It is a foaming cleanser. And again, I don't have to worry. Like, these are products that I don't have to put gloves on, because if it can't even go on my skin, why do I want to put it on my leather bag? This is my Klean Kickz tool, and they don't come like this. I bedazzled mine because why not be extra? The Klean Kickz tool comes with both of these tips. This one is more firm. It is like a suede brush, and then this one is definitely softer. You can see how much softer that is. So I use that on smoother leathers and things that I don't want any scratches on. I will also be buffing out any little scratches or things that I see with a horsehair brush. I'll show you guys the one that I am using. This is just a basic generic horsehair brush that I got from Walmart. I use this at the very end. I have my Klean Kickz microfiber cloths to wipe off any cleaner, and then just some clean filtered water here. So let's get started. It's definitely a good idea if you can possibly at all do this first step the day before you clean these bags. I don't have that kind of time right now, but it will help the conditioner to absorb better into the bag. I'm going to condition this entire bag before I clean the inside of it. And then I'll have that extra time while I'm cleaning the inside that it'll be able to absorb. The reason why I'm conditioning this before I clean it is because I have no idea if this thing has ever been conditioned, and if it has, when was the last time. So this process really couldn't be easier. On light colored bags like this, I will warn you, leather CPR's active ingredient is lanolin, so it can discolor light colored bags. They do make other cleaners. Bic 4 is one that does not have lanolin in it. So if you're super concerned, I would definitely test the leather CPR on a light leather in an inconspicuous area first. I've never really had it discolor anything, so it's not a concern of mine, but I will also say I'm not going to take this leather CPR on a light leather and just drizzle it on like you would with maybe a darker one. I'm going to put it on my hands first, and I'm waiting on my Meta glasses to charge right now. So let me lay this down. I'll show you that process. I'm going to put the product in my hand first and then just start massaging it in. So it's going to go all over both of the leather trims, the light leather that is pebbled as well as the dark leather trim. I'm just going to do this all over the entire bag. The main reason, again, being because I don't know if this bag has ever been conditioned. If it's very dry, brittle, or thirsty leather, the last thing you really want to do is to go in with a cleaner. I see some people with vintage leather products and they go in first thing with saddle soap. I think that is so aggressive. Saddle soap is really reserved for really soiled products. This is saddle soap if you've never seen it. Something like this. This should be reserved for the dirtiest of leathers, okay? This is an incredibly drying product. If I went in to this with saddle soap right off the get-go, that's tragic for a number of reasons. The first one being the leather is probably way too dry for that extremely drying soap. Just gonna keep doing this all over the entire bag. This bag is honestly very clean on the inside. I would say where the suede is dirtiest is on this interior flap. Now, if I can get a bag inside out, I do, because it just makes it so much easier. But this one is so clean. Even underneath this, there's just one mark from the sticker that has been on there its entire life. Has left a mark there, so I'm just gonna leave the sticker so people know what the mark is from. But yeah, this is really, really clean inside. So I'm just going to take a brush and brush all of the suede to get any surface dirt off, and then we'll go in with Klean Kickz and get all this straightened up. I have this little handheld suede brush that I'm just going to go over the entire interior with here. The interior of this bag is in really pretty incredible condition. Look, it's really nice. I'm not going to be able to pull this one inside out like I would want to, just because it's so well structured. So I'm just going to go over the entire thing, cleaning any debris. There are a few spots here on the top, but I'm confident that my Klean Kickz is probably going to be able to get all of that off. So for now, it'll just be some light hand cleaning with a firm suede brush here. All right, now that everything has been brushed down well, we're going to try to get these few little dirty spots off here. Let me bring my water over, my Klean Kickz tool with the firm suede brush. Dip this in the water. Put the Klean Kickz directly on, and then this oscillates. It does the work for me. If you guys like this tool, if you want one like this, I always have Klean Kickz linked in the description box. And then they also are amazing and give us a code for 20% off anything on the website. So even if you already have the tool and you want some cleaner or something, you get 20% off using code Rachel20. So look for that in the description, but I'm pretty sure, I mean, it looks like those little stains, those little spots are out now. I think we got those out. I've heard people say that they're afraid of cleaning their bags. These bags can withstand some wear and tear. They can withstand some water for sure. And someone I saw the other day said that they were afraid of conditioning their vintage bag, and I thought, you should be afraid of not conditioning your vintage bag. You should be afraid of not cleaning vintage leather, because that's when it's going to crack. It's going to become unusable. And also, sorry for, I should say, I have gold leaf all over my cleaning surface here because I've been working on a painting this week that utilizes some gold leaf. So whoopsie. Just going to dry this leather off a little bit and get any residual cleaner off as well. I think that the inside has been pretty good to go. Just want to double check the pockets. Since I will be selling this one especially, I don't want to sell like, you know, a random toothpick or something like that in there. This looks good. while the leather CPR is still seeping in, I'm going to go ahead and start polishing up the brass here. And I think I'm going to see if the Dremel alone, this is a felt tip on my Dremel Lite. It's a cordless tool, absolutely amazing for polishing hardware. I'll link this below also. But I'm just going to put this on like 2 maybe and see if I can polish this brass up a little bit. It's already in really nice condition, but I think I might be able to get a few of the scratches out, possibly make them look a little bit better anyway. It is fairly scratched around where that mechanism turned. Let's see what we can do about the hardware here and any discoloration from the hardware. You see all that verdigris from the brass that's on there? Let's see if I can get that off. Actually, let me change the tool out here. Make it my softer tool. See what Klean Kickz can do for that. And it looks like Klean Kickz got 100% of that discoloration and verdigris off of there. It's completely gone. So come back in with some leather CPR. And now put some moisture back in where we just stripped it all out with a cleanser. Look how much better that looks. And we'll let it dry. Now, when you're cleaning leather, any area that is porous, that the finish has worn off or anything, is going to show darker like that. So if you're cleaning it, if you're conditioning it, don't freak out when it looks like that. It's going to dry back down how it was as far as the finish. You're not going to be able to see all that, but we have to get all of this off of there. Like, look, it's green. I think the other side was worse, and now it's way better. So we got to get that off of there. Notice a little verdigris here on this brass part. So definitely want to get that cleaned off. Look how gorgeous this strap is. Just the craftsmanship of this. It's beautiful. This is a fantastic piece. It's almost like its own little work of art. Take my horsehair brush here and just buff everything. All right, we got the inside looking right. It's just drying right now. It's looking so much better. I think we got rid of both of the spots. This strap looking magnifique, if I do say so myself. I think that looks like new. What do you say, since the leather CPR has soaked into the leather, that we go ahead and get this bad boy cleaned and get it wet so that we can reshape this bag? Just going to keep the soft bristle brush here. A little dip. And this time, since this is light leather, I'm going to actually put the cleaner on the brush and then distribute that, because I feel like it does it more evenly, where if I just take the cleaner and right onto light leather, you risk the chance. I don't think it's going to discolor anything, but it's a greater risk if you're just flopping it right on there. So when it's light leather, I like to put the cleaner on the brush first. Pay special attention to any areas that look to be soiled. And I'm going to be repeating this process panel by panel over this entire bag. And why I say panel by panel, so follow the piping around, this front panel being the very first spot, right? I can really pay special attention and ensure that I'm getting every little nook and cranny clean. Now, is this a dry spot or is that gunk? I think that might be gunk. Okay, use your nails. Don't be scared to use your nails. Don't scratch the leather, but nails are tools, okay? They're not just pretty to look at. Then I'm going to take my Klean Kickz microfiber cloth that comes with the cleaner and the oscillating tool in the kit. I'm going to wipe everything down. Get any leftover cleaner off of there. Oh, this thing is looking so nice. And I'm not going to wait until this whole bag is clean to condition panel by panel. Go ahead, take a little leather CPR between my fingers and recondition, because I conditioned, I put some moisture into it, I stripped it back off with the cleaner, and now I'm going to rejuvenate it one more time. Do not forget these little details up here, okay? Every inch of this leather deserves some love. And the same thing with all of this, you see those dark spots, that's just because it's wet right now. Now, that does expose areas where the finish is wearing a bit more, but don't worry, it's going to dry, it's going to look good. Now I'm going to flip it over. And gosh, should I do, I guess I'll go ahead and do this part next. Like, this one's going to be a little trickier to do. I'm just going to stick my hand inside here. And let's see here. Break every rule that I just said. Because I only have 2 hands. I like also about this tool and this cleaner is it's safe for the hardware as well. It's safe for all of this leather. I'm not having to tape any sections off or anything, do anything crazy. You know what I mean? Let's get this extra wet. I'm going to stand up for this part. We will be directly overhead. See how wet this bag is? It can take it. It can take it. Go all the way here. Bag is going to be squeaky clean. And we'll view this entire bottom portion as one big panel as far as cleaning both of them and then conditioning it. So let me just flip it right over here and get this side too. This is so stiff over here and this one's so much more pliable and flexible right now. I can smell the leather. I think I'm going to get the interior corners wet a little bit too for the reshaping process, because I can feel they just want to cave right back in. And the outside being wet is great, but I think if I get the inside wet, it's going to make it a lot easier to reshape this bag. So go ahead and condition the entire bottom panel that we just did. And now I'm going to flip this over, and just as I said, go ahead and get the interior corners a bit wet. It's not even so much that I want to clean them, I just want to get these corners wet. So honestly, I could probably dip this brush in there. Flip it over, same thing on this side. Alright, I do not want this bag to start to dry at all without some stuffing in there. Let me go grab some stuffing. If the stuffing that you're using is going to be in the bag for any amount of time, consider using paper, because it's not going to become moist itself and then cause a moisture issue. I don't anticipate this being in here very long, basically the duration of me cleaning this bag. So I'm just going to use a towel. I tried to fold it down about the size that this bag is supposed to be. And this is a full bath towel. don't be shy with how much stuffing you're putting in here, okay? But yeah, if you're gonna have to stuff a bag overnight, definitely use paper, because if you stuff with towels or t-shirts or anything, I've learned that that can harbor mold. You can actually trap moisture that you don't want inside that bag. So here is a full bath towel in here. Did you think I was going to get that whole thing in there? And now, though, the corners are going to be shaped correctly, which would be great. So, since it is stuffed now, man, it is already looking so much better. I'm just going to continue cleaning the outside. What panel? We have not done any of the back yet, so let's go ahead and get the back of this bag done. Something is definitely not right here. Like, why am I just now seeing how jacked up the way that this strap is? What is happening? What did they? This is not how this is supposed to be. Oh my gosh. Like, who did this? And how did I not notice it? Okay. I'm gonna have to pry this off. Sometimes these things can be really, really stubborn. Okay, this is supposed to be connected over here. I didn't even notice that. All right, with my nails here, because I'm just not scared of it, I'm gonna get this verdigris off the brass. It is, however, still in here. Set you over there for a minute. All right, let's do the same thing with the other side of the strap. Going to reattach this strap where it should have been. I noticed while I was cleaning some loose threads here, so I'm just going to burn those loose threads off real quickly. A little bit harder to burn off while they're wet. And then reattach this how it should have been when it came to me. There we are. And get this one reattached as well. There we go. What it should have looked like. Let's check in on this strap. Get it reattached on the top. Gosh, this bag is so beautiful. I think we want this on the loosest. No, it's the next to, it's this one. All right, and I have not yet actually cleaned this front panel portion, so let's go ahead and get that cleaned up. want to give some extra special attention and care on this front panel because it's, you know, the first thing people see on the bag. Probably the most important area. I mean, I guess not to say that anything is more important than another. You want the whole bag to look rock star stellar, right? Pay a little extra special attention to that spot. Right there is that gunk. I want to know if that little spot right there is something we're going to be able to get off. Is that a stain on the bag? It could be actually a dry area at this point. If it was something there, I think it's dried now. I think it's just a dry area of the leather. Just paying some special attention here, trying to get any of those scratches that we still had on the front as invisible as possible, buff them out if at all possible. And now this bag is not dry yet. All of this, I'm anticipating all of those marks drying away. So the next step will be to allow this bag to dry. And here is the after. You guys know I love to showcase a bag with no stuffing, and this one is completely empty. The towel is out. It now stands up on its own, which if you remember, there was no chance this thing was going to stand on its own before. It is squeaky clean. Most of the scratches came out of the front. That one dark spot remained, unfortunately. But the hardware looks absolutely gorgeous. The leather is incredible. I didn't have to use any stain, any paint. The corners look good. The hardware down here is nice. It is still drying inside, but you can see the stain that was over there on that side is gone. The stain that was up here is gone. This is the only part that is still drying, and it'll dry just as great as the rest of this bag. This thing, I mean, I don't want to say it looks brand new, but it looks pretty close. This is really in nice condition now and ready for its next home. You guys have to show up in the whatnot, see how buyers like bags like this. If you like bags like this, show up and bid on something. I always do really low starts, and I promise you I put a lot of love, care, and attention into the bags. So if you want this one, show up on my whatnot. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Do all of the things that helps a channel like mine grow. I am so happy that you guys are here. Thank you once again, and God bless.